Can you start off by just sort of walking us through what you were hoping to get out of that last possession out of timeout, and then what you saw sort of unfold?
On the last possession,
On the
point
out of
six?
yeah, it was 1-6.
Yeah, you know, we at the free throw line, we had called a play to get the ball, advance the ball up the floor without dribbling. We go through it every day. We went through it at shoot around, and I haven't watched the film, but we didn't execute it properly. And so then I can't remember who got the ball. I think it was RJ. And so he dribbled the ball up. There was only 0.6 seconds left. We had called a play that that gave us a couple looks. One near the basket, and then number two coming towards the ball. The one that that we passed the ball to was Caleb coming towards the ball, and 0.6 is enough to shoot your regular shot, but it just didn't go in.
Hubert, what did Pittsburgh do differently from that first meeting to kind of take Armando out of his game, or at least keep him from feeling comfortable down there?
Well, I thought they did a really good job of being physical with him early. And I thought at the beginning of the game, I think Armando was waiting for the double team, and the double team wasn't coming. And so one of the things that we told him was like, just go, just score. And it's not coming, and if it does come, then we've practiced and prepared for that, and we'll give you outlets, and we know how to attack it. And at the end of the day, they just did a really good job defensively against Armando. I think he got frustrated a little bit. I think because of their physicality, he felt like he had gotten fouled, and I thought that at times got him emotional. And at the end of the day, they just did a really good job on him, and you have to compliment them for that.
Aside from the outcome, what element of this game is most frustrating or concerning to you about what your team did to be in that position at the end?
Well, I think, I've said this to you guys before. The number one thing in regards, to our team, the whole year is the discipline and the details. It's tightening the screws on the little things that allow you to be successful out there on the floor, and staying on script, doing things that we practiced, doing things that we drilled and talked about in practice and shoot around, and consistently doing those things. And we weren't disciplined enough to win the game. We weren't tough enough to win the game. And we didn't shoot the ball well enough to win the game. We didn't play good enough defense to win the game. It's at the end of the day, we had a 1-point lead with the ball. On 2 straight possessions, we turned the ball over, didn't get a shot, and then we fouled them and put them on the free throw line. And so at the end of the day, you have to score and you got to get stops. And in a crucial moment where the only thing that you needed to do was get a score or a stop or both, we got neither. And that's the frustrating part.
Hubert, did you feel like it was a rough shooting night for RJ too? Did you feel like his eye or his finger or anything like that was affecting just, some of the struggles he went through?
I don't know. That's a great question. I felt like a number of his looks were wide open. And those are shots that over the last 2.5 months, and really throughout his career, he's made. He missed 2 free throws, and he's statistically the best free throw shooter in the conference. And so sometimes you don't shoot the ball well. I wish it wasn't tonight, but it was.
Coach, when you last played Pitt, Jamarius, I think, had over 30 points. Tonight he wasn't nearly as efficient, but he still kind of was physical down low. Now there's 2 free throws lead. I guess, how difficult was it to kind of scheme up to stop him, and how does this play kind of embody what Pittsburgh basketball is about, and kind of what's troubled your team with him?
Well, I mean, he's a really good basketball player, and the challenge for him defensively is he's a big, strong guard. And so you can't put somebody on him that is smaller because he can score, but if you put somebody bigger, he has the quickness of a guard to be able to get by and be able to make plays. And so he uses his shot fake really well. He's very disciplined, he's tough, and he's just a really good basketball player.
Is there any like solace in the fact that RJ had one of his worst games this season? Armando struggled. Caleb was the only one who really played really well offensively, and y'all were one stop or one basket away from winning. Is there anything you take away from that? Silver lining type stuff, or?
I'm not a silver lining type of person. The reason being is I don't know what benefit that has to us. Going back home and tonight and going through the sequence that you went through. At the end of the day, we lost, and so you just got to play better.
You're not a silver lining person, but you're an optimistic person. Is your optimism still as high on February 1st as it was at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, that doesn't waver. We lost tonight. As I said before, guys, I relate basketball to life. I wish every day was sunny and no clouds in the sky, perfect weather. There's rainy days, there's cloudy days, there's traffic jams, there's potholes, there's speed bumps, and how you respond to those things, that's life. And so I told the team after the game, and I've told them this a number of times, when you get knocked down and when you're disappointed, you have a choice to whine and complain, point fingers, make excuses, and or you can get back up and you can compete and fight. And that is my expectation for them. That is their job requirement, and that's what I'm gonna do, because I've done that for 52 and a half years.
Take two more, if there are.
Hubert, do you feel like your team kind of met the fight? Pitt kind of wants to make you uncomfortable. They want to play physical. They want to kind of get in your head with some of their talkers on the floor. Do you feel like, your guys met that tonight? They met the same kind of fight?
Not consistently. One of the things that I did tell them before the game, since Pitt has joined the ACC, they've always, whomever the coach was, Pitt has always hung their hat on their toughness and their physicality, and I told them that in games like this, you're gonna get towed, and there's nowhere to go, and you're gonna have to competitively fight. And I felt like we did that at times, but at times we didn't sustain it. I can't remember the sequence, but we were up by 6 in the second half, and then Cummings hit 3 straight threes, and that's an opportunity and time to tighten the screws on the discipline and the details, and dig in deeper in terms of your competitive toughness. And I do think we met it. I just don't think it was as consistent as it needed to be tonight.
Last one. Coach, Caleb, Armando, and Pitt, all some of the same sentiments after the game of wanting to, get over this game, lick your wounds, but not hang your head low and get ready for the next game. What would be your message tomorrow to revamp the group?
Well, I think it's important to learn from tonight. I don't think I'm not a sweep it under the rug type of guy either. And so I think it's an opportunity to learn from tonight, because we're going to be in those situations for the remainder of the year. And then once we learn from tonight, then it's our opportunity to move forward, not forgetting what happened, but using what happened in the past to make you even better moving forward. And so my hope is that that we learn from tonight that can put us in a better position when we play at Duke on Saturday.
Thanks.
Coach, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Remember,